Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Ukraine-Russia war live. Human rights groups say children with severe disabilities tied to beds as thousands were abandoned. Posted 8 hours ago, updated 1 hour ago. Space to play or pause, M to mute, left and right arrows to seek, up and down arrows for volume. Human rights groups say the Russian invasion of Ukraine has led to thousands of disabled Ukrainian children being abandoned in institutions that can't look after them. Human rights organization Disability Rights International says it found children with severe disabilities tied to beds in overrun children's homes whose remaining staff were unable to cope. Follow all of the Thursday's developments as they happen with our live blog. Key events live updates. Belarusian military exercises expected to be used as inflation of threat by Russia. According to UK's Ministry of Defense, the Belarusian military exercises being conducted are in line with seasonal norms. The ministry believes Russia will look to use these exercises to inflate the threat posed by Russia to Ukraine. The bodies of another 20 civilians are found in the Kyiv region, police say, raising the total number found there so far to 1,235. Kyiv Regional Police Chief Andriy Nebytov says the latest discoveries were found in Borodianka and the surrounding villages, some 25 kilometres from Bucha, the town near Kyiv now synonymous with allegations of Russian war crimes. The Russian announced ceasefire is due to begin today at the besieged steel plant in the devastated Ukrainian city of Mariupol, to allow civilians to flee even as its defenders vowed to fight to the end. It will last for 3 days. Why is Russia attacking Ukraine's railway system? Russia's military has launched a string of attacks on Ukraine's railway network, which has been vital for moving Western arms to Ukrainian forces, evacuating refugees and exporting food. A Russian official said the aim was to disrupt Western weapons deliveries. Experts say Ukraine's railways appeared to be largely spared at the start of the invasion because Russian planners wanted them to move their own troops and arms across captured territory. The latest strikes still seem to seek more to damage than to destroy the system. Why are the railways so important for Ukraine? The largely flat country has a vast railway network, which has proved invaluable from a military viewpoint for supplying key Western arms shipments, and has also helped in the exodus of refugees from Russian air assaults and land advances. Western weaponry pouring into Ukraine helped its forces blunt Russia's initial offensive. It also seems certain to play a central role in the battle for the Donbas in the east, which Moscow now says is its focus following its failure to take the capital, Kyiv. The US and other Western allies have increased weapons shipments at the urging of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu warned that Moscow will see any Western transport carrying weapons into Ukraine as a legitimate target. The rail attacks were meant to disrupt the delivery of Western weapons, Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Major General Igor Konashenkov said on Wednesday. Zelenskyy remembers journalist-turned-soldier Oleksandr Makhov. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has paid tribute to the journalist killed in combat in the Ukrainian conflict in a video released. He was always among the bravest, says Zelenskyy, he has always been like that, patriotic and sincere. Children with disabilities found tied to beds in homes after being abandoned. Human rights groups say the Russian invasion of Ukraine has led to thousands of Ukrainian children with disabilities being abandoned in institutions that can't look after them. Human rights organization, Disability Rights International says it found children with severe disabilities tied to beds in overrun children's homes whose remaining staff were unable to cope. One of the group's representatives, Halyna Kurylo, says she visited an institution in the country's southwest. They were not treated as human beings. They were only kept alive here. Even though they were in a safe place, their state will deteriorate because they are not getting any kind of stimulation, any kind of rehabilitation, and this is further disabling them. 220 children killed in Ukraine since war began. Zelenskyy says Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has told Danish parliament that Russian forces have killed 220 children since the start of the war in February. He spoke to Danish parliament to mark 77 years since Denmark was liberated from German occupation, before addressing crowds in Copenhagen and Aarhus. On March 29, I told you that the Russian occupiers destroyed 773 educational facilities in our country, and today it is twice many, 1,584, he said. These are kindergartens, these are schools, these are universities. This is what the Russian army is fighting against in Ukraine. The invaders have already killed 220 Ukrainian